Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go the PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Hey yeah. And don't be eavesdropping. Hit that like button. You ain't got to eavesdrop on me, player. The like button is free. The like button is free. You could click like. Don't be eavesdropping, okay? I'm gonna talk about something today, y'all, that's near and dear to my heart because this is a young man and a man that's me and him the same age, man, is somebody that I really respect coming from the East Coast. I already know his whole story. And it's Mr. Kyrie Irving. If the Mavericks go or win the NBA finals, y'all owe Kyrie Irving an apology. Y'all, one thing y'all don't know about Deem is one of my other loves was basketball. I played basketball at some of the highest levels, got accepted to some of the best high schools in Pennsylvania as far as basketball was ranked, the whole nine. Because of unfortunate circumstances with my mother and my father, I was never able to, follow that path. Unfortunately, but it's not nothing. I don't cry over spilled milk because I understand life, being as an older man. But one person that was always on fire that was in my graduation class was Mr. Kyrie Irving. And I've played against his fellow teammate Michael Kidd Gilchrist on Team Reebok and things like that. And Kyrie has always been one of the top 10, top 5 guys that was ranked in our class. Harrison Barnes, a bunch of other people. Michael Kidd Gilchrist was a year younger, but he played up. He played with the older kids. Dion Waiters, a bunch of guys I've played against in my basketball career that wound up playing either in the NBA or overseas, and I had a lot of success against a lot of these guys. But I appreciate Kyrie Irving, man, understanding, his Native American heritage also. That's near and dear to me because a little fun fact about Dean, on my mother's side, my great great grandmother was full Native American. I forget which sector of Native American she was, but I knew that she was full Native American. And I hate when people be like, I got Indian in my family, and it's not really real. I'm a black man. I don't do that type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But I also want to also always give credence to my great great grandmother, who's the big reason that I'm here today. So she deserves just as much credit and kudos and the whole nine. You can't deny where you come from. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I be so deep on the foundational Black American and things like that because my family came here from both ways, from slavery and actually being the original indigenous people on this continent. Yeah, so it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, Kyrie Irving, man, is showing out, him and lukadoncic. But the thing that I'm more concerned about, I don't even care about all that. What I care about is how that young man's name was condemned through years of adversary, through years of trying to make Kyrie Irving the villain in the NBA. Stephen A. Smith lying on him at first, saying that his criticism of Kyrie Irving wasn't personal, but then come out a couple years later and admit that it actually was personal. He had a run in with Kyrie Irving's family and a whole nine. And that's why he started attacking him the way that he did. And that just goes to show you how powerful the media is when when Stephen A. Smith don't get no repercussions for admitting that after getting on the airways numerous of times and saying that it wasn't a personal. And then when Jay Williams called him out on ESPN about it, saying that he has a personal thing with Kyrie Irving. Then after that, after denying it on that show, he comes out and admit that it was something personal. We never knew that Stephen A. Smith had an argument with Kyrie Irving's dad and Rod Strickland, Kyrie Irving's godfather and things like that. We ain't ever know that stuff took place. But now it all makes sense. They had tried to make this man a villain because he was different. Kyrie Irving don't have a criminal record. Kyrie Irving don't have a history of domestic violence, of violence, period. Kyrie Irving don't have a history of none of the other things that we let NFL players, NBA players get away. He don't gamble. None of those things that we let a bunch of other NBA he ain't cheating on his wife. A bunch of things that we let a bunch of other NBA and NFL players get away with and don't put that on the billboard. But Kyrie Irving was the one. Kyrie Irving got demonized for posting a link And then Shaquille O'Neal, of all people, talk crazy to Kyrie Irving when his movie theater, years before Kyrie Irving ever even posted a link to the book or whatever it was, showed the movie in a Newark in Shaquille O'Neal's movie theater in Newark. The hypocrisy in people. They said that Kyrie Irving was anti-Semitic when Amazon was selling the book. He posted a link to Amazon. Do y'all know who is the owner of Amazon? I think you do know the owner of Amazon. Do y'all know what his origins is, what his religion is? If you answer that question, because I'm not even going to tell you what it is, go look it up. If you know who the owner of Amazon is, go look up what his beliefs is and what he claimed to be. And then you come back and tell me, should he be even selling that book if it was so outrageous? That's another, like, this is what I talk about accountability and people being fake. But nobody was really calling out Shaquille O'Neal for that. You aired them documentary in your movie theater. You made money off of this. All Kyrie Irving did was post the link. But he's the villain and got to get suspended and go through sensitive training. But the owner of Amazon don't, and he's actually from the Jewish community, selling the book, making money off the documentary. You got to make this make sense. They talked about Kyrie Irving not getting the shot. I was about to say it, but you know you'll get monetized saying that word. I wonder why. Just for New York to go ahead and reimburse all of the people that they forced to take the shot. So they agreed with Kyrie Irving eventually. But Kyrie Irving got demonized that whole time. Kyrie Irving wasn't the only player in the NBA that didn't take the shot. And then he was forced because the city that he was living in and working for to be in that position, just for the city to come around and say what they did was inhumane and not righteous to do, that it was against human rights. You cannot force people to put something inside of their body. They tried to make Kyrie Irving ain't got no success after LeBron James. Kyrie Irving is a malcontent. He destroys team. They tried to make Kyrie Irving. They tried to do the same thing to Kyrie Irving that they did to Terrell Owens. Now Kyrie Irving is 2 games away from being in the NBA Finals. And I don't want to hear he needed LeBron's success, because against the Golden State Warriors, Kyrie Irving averaged 28 points and hit the game-winning shot. So don't talk to me about the young man not earning his. You hit the game-winning shot against the team that got the best record ever, a 73-9 team. You hit the game-winning shot and averaged 28 points. You cannot take the credit away from that man on any level. Kyrie Irving hit the most remarkable shot in NBA history. Ain't nobody else. It probably is, but the most memorable shot we got is Kyrie Irving shooting that 3 over Steph Curry in the last 20 years, because it ain't a shot that mattered more than that. You could say the Ray Allen shot, but they still had another game to go. This was game 7 in Golden State. He did that on the road. And now he with another superstar in lukadoncic and helping that young man build his resume and career and going to the promised land. I don't even care if they win it, because they didn't win it every year with LeBron James when y'all wasn't saying he was a malcontent, when y'all wasn't giving him all this criticism. Y'all said another team, he destroys team and you can't have success. Well, going to the NBA Finals to me seems very successful, whether you beat Boston or not, because I think Boston going to go to the NBA Finals. We all know Boston was a super team, was supposed to be a super team, had the best record in the NBA. Nobody picked Dallas to go to the NBA Finals. They had Denver, they had Minnesota, they had Phoenix, they had a bunch of other teams that they thought could go to the NBA Finals, but Dallas was like, what, the 8th favorite or 9th favorite in the NBA to go to the finals, and they have exceeded the odds. So you got to give the man credit for that. And he stayed healthy. He stayed healthy so far in the playoffs. Another criticism they had of him. They didn't even let Kyrie Irving get on the USA team. I wonder why. Not because he's not skilled, when we all know Kyrie Irving is probably the most skilled player of our generation. Period. Him and Steph Curry and LeBron James are probably the most skilled players of our generation, and I don't even think that's an argument. When you think of pure skills of the last 20 years, the first person we gonna think of is Kobe, LeBron, Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Skilled. Lukadoncic and Anthony Edwards is making their way into that also with Wembyamba and other players like that. But at the end of the day, we need to, as a whole, give Kyrie Irving an apology. Because he's showing you that he's still that guy. He's been that guy. But when the whole world against you, is kind of hard. When there's a manipulation and a plot to see your demise, it is kind of hard, especially when you plan for and against people who don't agree with your beliefs or your thoughts. I'm proud of Kyrie Irving. Absolutely. And y'all owe Kyrie Irving an apology because the Dallas Mavericks is 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals, something that y'all didn't think Kyrie Irving was capable of helping another superstar go ahead and attain. Y'all said he wasn't a leader when Luka says that he's the leader of our team. Y'all said Kyrie Irving couldn't lead an NBA team back to promised land. And guess what he's doing? And won the first 2 games in Dallas. Shout out to Luka Magic. That was one of the best shots I have seen in playoff history. I want to say I appreciate you, Luka. You are my guy. That is a bad white boy there, ain't it? Ain't that a bad white boy there? What they call him on Remember the Titans? Sunshine. Yes, Sunshine. That's a bad white boy there, boy. What they say on Remember the Titans? That's a bad white. I don't listen here. Listen here, man. I don't care what you say. He's slow. I don't care what you say. You better guard that guy, or you're gonna get embarrassed. His mother is a supermodel, and his dad was a former NBA player that had a lot of skills. Luka, that guy. Now you can play with it, respect it, or check it. Respect it or check it. Rudy Gobert had to find out the hard. Why did they not take Rudy Gobert out of that game? That is another question for another day. And put him on Luka Doncic, whatever. But you already know what this is, man. Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.